Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Continuum by the Swedish alternative metalcore band Imminence. This is the latest in a string of tracks the band have been releasing over recent months, all following on from their previous album Heaven in Hiding, and we've really seen the cinematic stylings and the artistic stylings of the band really coming through in a lot of their music videos, often leaving us with very cryptic messages that are really coming through, and we're kind of watching this story unfold in front of our eyes, but we're still not sure exactly where it's heading. With this album though, we have seen them really take a plunge into the darker side, with their previous album having a much more slightly uplifting sound despite having those metalcore roots, but certainly with this one we've had Come Hell or High Water, where we really saw this dredging sound crawling towards death. We've had Desolation, about falling into darkness, really showing desperation and really exploring dark themes with something being so desolate. Heaven Shall Burn, really incorporating back to that previous album. They found heaven, they've uncovered it, and then they've burned it down, but we also saw a much quicker styling on that track, as well as Death by a Thousand Cuts, not being pulled apart piece by piece, but really showing a lot of musical strength with all of the tracks the band have been releasing. We've really seen something different from every track so far, and we have to wonder, will this one do the same? So will this latest track continue to amaze us or simply be paused in its tracks? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. Well, already we're really seeing the two sides of the Imminence spectrum, opening with almost a bit of a doom metal sounding intro, very dark, very atmospheric, with Eddie Berg also coming with these much harsher vocals. The idea of Into the Fray, I Curse This Fate, The Pain Remains. So really sticking with the themes we've seen from many of the other tracks. The idea of being torn apart, the idea of being this desolate headspace almost, where your entire body just feels like completely giving up. It almost feels like every single track is almost this idea of kind of eclipsing between life and death, to the point where you're almost kind of fading into the black. The idea of tragedy awaits for those who dwell in the shadows. So really just showing that if you continue to live in this darkness, tragedy will come your way. We can also see some of the more religious elements coming through as well. Kneel to the altar, death to my woes. So we're almost bringing that in. And then we do see that switch into that more heavenly chorus, chasing time under the sun till kingdom comes. So we really are seeing still a lot of crypticness to a lot of these tracks, where we see this story forming. We've seen that through the videos and through the music, but we're not really sure exactly where it's going yet. Again, the idea of chasing time under the sun till kingdom come, it's almost this idea of kind of chasing the last moments of your life, trying to get as much time out of the hourglass as you possibly can until that point comes where you do effectively meet death. Chasing time, blackened heart, feed the dark. So again, lots of these dark elements really coming in, which adds a really interesting contrast to Eddie Berg's much softer vocals coming through on the chorus.
Darkness goes to my feet, gazing into
Okay, we can really see the story coming together. We finally have the completed logo on the key on the door. So will this be the final moment before we do head into the end of the story? Are they going to end it on a bit of a cliffhanger? I'm really excited to see whether they do or not. But we can really see this interesting shoegaze almost style coming through. These more ethereal sounds really coming through in the chorus, really aided by that violin of Eddie Berg. It's such a unique thing that is really makes the band stand out, and it's amazing how they haven't exploded sooner. But with some of these tracks, I certainly do think 2024 may as well could be their year. We certainly saw bands like Sleep Token really diversify and spread out last year, so I think Imminence are right on the cusp of being able to do so as well. And we can see through that second verse, midnight falls upon me, darkness conceal my fate, gazing into nothing, death is a constant. So again, these references to hourglasses, things like that, it's almost like that time of death is approaching, that desolation, that endless black is getting closer and closer. So it certainly feels like this is definitely revolving around the theme of kind of approaching the end of life, and it could be just not through age, but through that darkness, through that depression, that despair that somebody feels. So you can really see a lot of the lyrics are really tied into this idea, although they haven't kind of announced where it's all going. We really are building up towards this big crescendo, I do feel. This time is eventually running out as we continue to chase it. We've got the final key, and the question really just remains as to where it will go. Well, certainly a very cryptic ending coming from the band, but we could look at it in two different ways. Is it the point where he's finally approaching the light, reached that end of life? Has his time finally run out? Or will we see one final track to really bring her close to this story the band have been building? It's just one of those, I kind of want to wait for the next episode, the next chapter. Every single music video we've seen, I've loved watching this story unfold in front of our eyes, despite the very dark and very dingy almost sounds and ideas we have and themes really coming across on this upcoming album. What I'd imagine will be a next album. I've really enjoyed the way they've explored so many different sounds and styles. So with this one, exploring something super aggressive, but also throwing in elements of shoegaze. We've seen some more anthemic stylings on songs such as Death by a Thousand Cuts. We've seen them go with something faster, something slower, with the dredging styles that we did see on Come Hell or High Water. So I'm really loving the mix that we are seeing from the band across these recent singles that we have got. So yeah, every single one has brought something different, and I really just want to see this final chapter or this epilogue. I hope it doesn't doesn't just end on this, because it's kind of left things at a massive question mark, a bit of a cliffhanger, but I've really enjoyed the visuals that have incorporated a lot of the music and really added this atmospheric ambience to so many of their songs. And they're a band that are so unique in their sound, and this song just really adds to their repertoire and really shows how they can really dip into so many different sounds and styles so effortlessly, all aided by the craftsmanship of the band members, especially Eddie Berg on the vocals, really able to control these harsher and softer aggressive moments and really control the tone with the use of that violin and put it to such strong effect. So there we have it, the latest episode in the Imminence story, but will we see Eddie Berg reach purification or not? We'll have to wait and find out. But in the meantime, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. How do you think it lives up to some of the other tracks that we have heard so far, and which one is currently your favourite? I would love to know your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to see more Imminence content, I have covered some of the other tracks they've been releasing recently. I'll post links to those in the description of this video. And if you would like to see more content like this in general, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next audio analysis.